Fable squad. Right, man, as you know, today is Young Artist and YouTube Community Day. I'm reacting to a whole bunch of young artists. I've promised them reactions and then also just trying to help out the community a little bit. So we're going to do Factor 50 Anxious. Now, I love Factor 50. I've reacted to 2 or 3 of these songs already. I think he's fantastic. I think he's from the UK as well. UK guys don't disappoint. I've told you this already 1,000 times. One day you guys will get it. But yeah, Factor 50, Anxious. Haven't done this one. I have promised this to you. I apologize, it's a little bit late, bro. Life's been a bit hectic. But hey, it's Great to Form, man. You're not getting away from the Great to Form format. Let's see what we've got, man. Let's see what we've got. Let's rock and roll. Factor 50, Anxious. Let's go. By the way, sorry, just before we start, the link is in the description to this song if you want to go listen to the song without me rambling on it. The link is in the description, and also please go show some love to my boy, man. Go give him some views. Go also comment on his on this video. Subscribe to his channel. Come on, guys, let's do this, man. I like the guitar.
Lately, I lay awake feeling anxious, restless, looking into the blankness mainly, cause these times are the strangest, helpless. I keep going through stages insanely, having mad fights with the blankets, tugging on the covers until I sustain these spluttering thoughts, imposing these sanctions. I gotta lock down, my head is contagious, so I surge out of bed, hit
imposing these sanctions, gotta lock down my head. I like that. I kind of like think, you know, with these sanctions where you actually sort of lock down on a country and say, well, you can't get this, you can't get that, you can't get that, and he sort of played with the lockdown in terms of COVID, you know what I mean? Okay, I really like that. Let's go back.
I sustain these spluttering thoughts, imposing these sanctions. I gotta lock down, my head is contagious, so I surge out of bed, hit the sofa, sit and think, trying to piece what is wrong, trying to find a missing link. I'm retracing the words and what I wrote the other week, and I'm stabbing at the page, pen, pissing with some ink, then I throw it right down, cause my wrist is on the brink, then I dart into the kitchen, right above the sink.
I like that flip on that, where he's staring at the pages with pissing with some ink. Essentially, got to write down my wrist, and he sort of made that sort of reference to his wrist as well, where, you know, you sort of cut your wrists, contemplating suicide, pissing with the ink, pissing with blood. Don't know if that's intentional, but that was quite clever.
Trying to piece what is wrong, trying to find a missing link. I'm retracing the words and what I wrote the other week, and I'm stabbing at the page, pen, pissing with some ink, then I throw it right down, cause my wrist is on the brink, then I dart into the kitchen, right above the sink, pull a glass out of cupboard, hit another, goes clink, unscrew the cap for Jack and pour a stiff drink.
I don't know why I feel this way, I won't know, please try to save me. I don't want to live like this, my mind won't let me fight this.
As I hit the 5th drink, I feel a little drunk, equally.
Whoa. I pulled my headphones straight out. That hook or chorus, I'm not so sure about that, but
Why I feel this way, I won't know.
I get that they're trying to, I get that you're trying to make it like ominous, essentially. I don't know why I feel this way. That is how anxiety is, right? That you just consistently feel anxious, you consistently feel like down, depressed, like something's going to happen, but nothing ever does. I get that feeling, and you can't explain it. It's just something that actually happens. And everyone goes through that, and some people really struggle to deal with it, and some people is okay, like, you know, they can deal with it. And some people turn to vices in order to deal with it, right? With regards to like that hook over there,
Glass out of cupboard, hit another, goes clink, unscrew the cap for Jack and pour a stiff drink.
I don't know why I feel this way, I won't know, please try to save me. I don't want to live like this, my mind won't let me fight this.
As I hit the 5th.
it's okay. I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about that sort of hook. It's almost like a break in the song, not really much of a hook. But I'm not mad about that.
If drink, I feel a little drunk. Equilibrium's off and my back is out punched. Took a glance at a hole in the wall I just punched. Not my best idea, but inhibitions have jumped right down the hatch with the shots that I sunk. And no sober me would never pull that stunt. But when I'm too far gone, I don't think straight. I pick fights in the mirror. What are you looking at, punk? So I keep fighting battles.
I pick fights in the mirror. That's fucking cool. I love that. I love that. I love the fact that you picked up fight. Like I'm listening, I'm like, fuck, I can't stand this fucking guy. I actually can't stand him. Right? And you pick fights in the mirror, you look at yourself and say, who the fuck are you, man? Who the fuck are you? We've all been there, let's go.
When I'm too far gone, I don't think straight. I pick fights in the mirror. What are you looking at, punk? So I keep fighting battles, I'm at war with myself. I harbour the thoughts that I store on the shelf. But the demons creep with incorporate stealth and drag me back down to the border of hell. Like, oh man,
I like that, the demons creep with stealth, right? So when you're stealthy, you kind of like, nobody really knows that you're there, and then before you know it, it's just pounce, and that's how it is. That's what stealth is. Very cool.
But the demons creep with incorporate stealth and drag me back down to the border of hell. Like, oh man, keep on ignoring your girl. Give it all up, chase fortune and wealth. You don't need anybody if you're to excel. You're just bored of them, you're not bored of yourself. Hardly true, it's a struggle that I face, but it kinda feels like I'm running in place. But I hate to see the whole look.
It is hardly true. It is hardly true. It's not true, because at the end of the day, you do need people, right? You can't take on the world yourself. Right? So you tend to think about that. It's like, fuck them, man. You know, when you're in that sort of space, when you're in that sort of dark space, you say, you know what, fuck these people. All these people that are trying to give me advice and stuff, like, fuck you, I don't need you. You know what I mean? I don't need you, I am who I am. But the problem is that there is this thing called denial. And sometimes when you're in denial, you don't see clearly. We've all been there, I've been there. You don't see clearly. And sometimes the best advice, you kind of just push it to the side and be like, nah, fuck you, man. You just want to like say this about me, say that about me. Sometimes it's good. It's a good idea to listen. Sometimes. And the thing is that this is what I believe, and I believe that if people say something to you, especially the ones that you love the most, right? If people are going to give you feedback, a lot of people take that personally. So when people say something about you, people take it personally. So if someone says, oh, well, you know, you're doing this wrong, and you're doing this and you're doing that, you know what I mean? And it's wrong, you shouldn't be doing that. Immediately people take that offense immediately. They listen to what are you saying about me? It's like, shut up, listen for a little bit, listen. It's not a personal attack. If you take everything as a personal attack on you, you'll never be happy. If you take it as feedback is like, okay, I hear what he's saying actually. You know what I mean? I hear what he's saying. Feedback. Don't take it as a personal thing. Take it as just what it is. Take it as feedback. Right? And then you can take that feedback and say, okay, maybe I should fix this. Maybe I should fix that. Maybe he's got a point over here. But what people do is they just toss it aside because immediately they feel it's an attack on them, on their character, their personality. It's like, no, take it. Take it as feedback. You can't just take the things you like and say, oh, wow, you know, he said I'm this, he said I'm that, I'm an amazing person. And then the moment you get a bit of criticism, you're like, nah, fuck, man, this guy obviously doesn't like me. Take it the same way. Just take it as feedback. Extrapolate it and think to yourself, wait a second, maybe he's got a point. Let me try something different. Because a lot of people tend to go down the same fucking road. They tend to do the same thing again and again and again and expecting a different result. Maybe if you just take a little bit of feedback and say, you know what, I don't particularly agree with what he's saying, but I'll take the feedback. Let me see if I do. Let me try something different. Let me see how that works. And you'll find some great answers in that. So let's go, man.
Upon her face when she feels like she's gonna be replaced by this whole pipe dream that I'm trying to chase. I don't ever cut my nose just to spite my face, cause my emotions are intact, so I ride that wave. Maybe she's not the one I'm trying to save.
Ooh. I never cut my nose to spite my face.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard.
Is that Al Pacino? Did he throw Al Pacino's, what movie was that, man? That was one of the most sickest motivational speeches. What movie was it, man? What was that Al Pacino movie, the football movie, man, that he did this speech in?
Hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
It's tough to walk from household habitats where nobody seems to perceive the gravitas of the situation that you're in the first place. Everyone's traits radiate on the worst days. Always looking at their situation as a worst case, but never looking within himself first.
That's anxiety. That's anxiety. Always looking at the situation in the worst way. And that's the problem, is that 99% of everything you're anxious about was actually pointless because it doesn't happen. It's pointless worrying. Pointless worrying. It's pointless anxiety. It's just, you just build all of this up and then it's like, it's never that bad. It's never that bad. I'm saying in terms of the outcome. I'm not saying in terms of the anxiety. The anxiety can get bad, but it's never as bad as you think it is. It never is. We always, as human beings, we always play things up to like a much higher degree than it actually is. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm not saying that sometimes, hectic things do happen. But 9 times out of 10, when it comes to anxiety, the worst case scenario is never the worst case scenario. Let's go.
Figure out who you are, putting in the work rate's not easy ground, so figure out your survey. Always be yourself, set a path where you're headed, cause you never get another chance after the credits that you can't take backwards after you said it.
I like that, you never get another chance after the credits, very cool. Once you punch that ticket, once you're 6 foot under, nothing you can do then, you know what I mean? After the credits, when it all ends, love that.
Money means shit if it don't tally with your ethics. Never give a fuck about the past, just the present behind. Every day there's always a lesson to be learned. If not the first time, but the second, don't waste the day, cause time is of the essence.
Yes, don't worry about the past. Love it. Love it. Like NF said, you're looking for the old me, check the morgue. I love that line by NF. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I like this song. I must be honest, I like this song. I wasn't too mad about that. It was actually more of a pause. It wasn't really a hook. It wasn't actually really a hook. It was a bit of a pause in the song. The Al Pacino part was pretty cool. I like that. I kind of feel like the Al Pacino part didn't really fit into this. If I'm in my personal opinion, I mean, I'm just being real. I kind of feel like that Al Pacino part fits more into like a more upbeat, like, let's get you revved up for something, and this is more about anxiety. I get that he used a particular part of that Al Pacino speech, but I kind of feel like that didn't really fit into this. I feel it fits more into a song about, you know, purpose and chasing dreams and things like that. That's the kind of my feel. Right, grade the form, man. Grade the form. Beats, nah, it was okay in terms of beats. It wasn't my favorite. I'm going to give that a 7 out of 10. In terms of content and lyrics, giving it a 10 out of 10. I like what you spoke about. You know me, I like music that speaks about real situations. I like music that's poetic. I like music that's real. So 10 out of 10 for me. Vocal ability of the artist, I'm going to give that an 8. So I'm going to give it 18 plus, so 10, 8, 7, 18, 25. 25, that's borderline 5 out of 10. But yeah, man, Factor 50, I really do like his stuff. And yeah, man, again, we'll catch you on the next one. We'll see what we got. Guys, also, again, link down in the description, man. This man should be on so much more than what he is. He's on 189 subscribers, which is an absolute travesty. I don't understand how this actually happens. But please subscribe to his channel. Just drop a line, drop a comment, show some love. You know how we go. I love you all, man. Please stay safe, please stay healthy. Peace.